B-rad the Builder rider tip of the day. Use your kickstand to move the bike. This tip is extremely handy in the garage when you're trying to move in tight spaces, move things around. Instead of going back and forth, use your kickstand. All right, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. B-rad the Builder here, and in today's video we're going to be going over all the modifications that I've done to the bike and how much everything costs. So straight up, it's going to be over 10 G's for this bike. Everything that I've done, it's a little over 10 G's. So it's pretty expensive for me anyways. Other bikes would be a lot more expensive, but this MT07 is like one of the cheapest naked bikes you can get, and it's really reliable. The engine is awesome. So that's why I chose this particular bike. The 2021 model is really nice too. The little subtle changes they did to the front and especially the headlight, it's wicked bright. But getting into some of the modifications that I've done, I'll just go over really quickly. In the front here, the stickers I printed out with a Cricut. I did that to the front and back. I've had some comments about people wanting those stickers on their wheels. Unfortunately, I can't sell them just because it is the Yamaha name. So that's unfortunate, but you guys could definitely do it yourself still. But that really looks sweet on the wheels when you're turning. You can see it going around and around. I think it looks awesome. And then moving up, I 3D printed the MT07 symbol and connected to the headlight. I think that looks sweet. I did brackets for the back as well to eliminate the rear foot pegs. If you want to call it weight reduction, technically it is, but I think it looks super clean with this cutout. So I printed those out, designed them with Google SketchUp. 3D printers, like I said, are sweet. You can basically make any part you want. But also up front here, I've had some comments about the mirrors and where I'm getting them. I get them on eBay. They're universal mirrors. The quality I think is really good for how much they cost, for 35 bucks. I like them a lot. Cleans up the front and they just clamp onto the bar ends. Otherwise, moving down, I installed a full Akrapovic exhaust with a carbon tip, and that runs right around 800 bucks. And then the two crush washers in the front, those were $10 each, so about 820 bucks roughly for the exhaust. I install everything myself just to save money, and I have a how-to video on this, on how to install that exhaust. I'll put that right up here in the top of the video so you can click on that if you're interested. It's very in detail. It already has over 10,000 views, which is sweet. Tons of comments. I'm trying to answer your guys' questions as best as possible. Thank you for that. And also I installed a TST rear taillight. It's got the smoked lens, really cleans up the back. It's a little bit with the tail Tighty as well. I love how the blinkers are all integrated too. I don't have anything sticking out. Like I said, just really cleans things up. I also have a how-to video on this. And underneath the seat, we got a Power Commander 5. Also did a how-to video on that. How to take all these plastics off really in detail, just to show you guys every step of the way and how to do it. So go check that out if you're interested in putting a Power Commander on this. I'm really satisfied with it. I've had some comments about jerkiness, a lot of comments with this bike. I don't really notice that so much. I am familiar with twin cylinder engines. They're very torquey as is, but like an inline 4 or like an R6 or something like that, it's going to be really smooth. It's not going to be like this. The stroke is different. Everything's different with these types of engines. But another thing to keep in mind is chain tension. It's very important that it stays within tolerances and it isn't too sloppy, because if your chain is loose, every time you let up on the throttle and hit the throttle again, doesn't matter what speed you're going, what RPM, doesn't matter. It's going to be super jerky. So I always keep that in tolerance and tight. And also throttle body play is very crucial as well. If you have slop in your cables, you're going to feel that every time you let off and hit the gas. So like that in itself, if that isn't correct, I would do that first, because those are easy things to fix. Otherwise, you just got to get used to this bike. I think that's just the way they are. And then I had some comments on fuel injector cutoff. I really haven't noticed that, especially with the Power Commander. I think everything runs perfectly. I don't feel like anything's cutting off or cutting out, so I'm not really sure what that's about. But Unfortunately, I can't answer your guys' questions on that. But power commander, $400. TST tail light, $210 roughly between the tail Tighty and the tail light. Exhaust, $820. Mirrors, $35. So, I mean, decent amount of money in modifications. There's still a lot left to do. I want to get brackets for stands in the front and back. I want to get frame sliders. I want to get a radiator guard. I want to get some new levers. So still some things to do. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Give you some how-to videos if I do anything crazy, anything like that. But otherwise, that pretty much sums it up on all the mods that I've done and how much everything costs. And I'll have a little clip at the end here that kind of just shows all the modifications and the price, and I'll link everything in the description. So thanks again for visiting the channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. See you in the next video.